Put me up in that algorithm and holla at your girl.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's star time.
Friday, July 7th, and we're talking about trending topics.
Oh,
Yes.
what?
Yes, girl.
That's unique.
Ladies and gentlemen,
That's unique. That's unique. Yes. No. Wait.
Queens is in the building, y'all.
Yo, Moochie, can I get that theory, please? Let me get that theory. You know what I mean? I need that theory right now. I don't need it tomorrow. I don't need it Wednesday. I don't need it Friday. I need that theory right now.
You know, black girls don't really have to do stuff like that. What we gotta do is take naps and moisturize. And we pretty much good to go.
Right.
What's up, everybody? We rocking with MOOCHILLA'S. Since you came through, we're gonna be talking about somebody has been vindicated tonight. I got a panel because we've covered this subject more than once on my channel, Detroit's channel, and also on other people's channels. So we're gonna get into it because it was somebody here in our group that stood 10 toes with this man and stuck with it and said this man was innocent. What's up, Detroit?
What's good? What's good, Moochie? What's popping?
So how you feel? You've been vindicated along with Torey. What's
For
your
sure.
thought?
Oh yeah, they have beat me up saying I was wrong and all type of stuff. It looked like I was right. Looked like I was right, man.
Mm-hmm.
You was right too.
Yup, and let me just show y'all that part at how I was right. Let's look at that.
And we're gonna say that, but I just like with this whole thing, to me, it caused a lot of division in the hip hop community. And
let me start it over. Hold on.
Between, like 3 bottles. So you talking about people that was like wasted fighting. So now you throw alcohol into a mix and emotions and all that stuff. You know what's gonna get
Could have been
wild.
some drugs too. We don't know.
Exactly.
It could have been some of that booger sugar.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Okay. And we're gonna say that, but I just like with this whole thing, it to me it caused a lot of division in the hip hop community. And it caused division between the hip hop community. And I went, Tamika White said they drank like 7 bottles.
7 bottles. Okay.
Come on now. That's somebody. So
How could
if
you even
you're
function
drinking,
after that? No, you can't. You on your tail.
You
know,
are
how could you
inebriated.
function? Yeah.
You are inebriated.
Yeah.
And it's just like they even said the bodyguards was taking part of the fight too.
Out to the prior district attorney, George Gascon, Megan Pete and her representatives, and Kelsey Harris and her representatives. The only party that responded last week was Megan Pete's representatives with a request for more information. A few days later, Mr. Peterson's brutally attacked in his jail cell. Unite the People represents Daystar Peterson in his appellate process. We filed an appellate brief and a writ of habeas corpus on his behalf. The district attorney's office has already responded. The case is fully briefed. We're just waiting for the appellate court's decision. We were willing to wait for the appellate process to play out. But given that brutal, unprovoked attack, we felt it necessary to come here today to provide you with this information. It is our intention to make a request to the governor to either pardon or commute the sentence of Mr. Peterson, so that when he recovers from this attack, he's not returned to a jail cell, but that he's allowed to go home and recover.
What you think of that, Detroit?
Oh man, this is crazy, man. Like, how long have it been? Like 4 years? Yeah, like 4 years,
That
and
was
now
2 years ago.
yeah,
So
yeah, 2 years ago from y'all, and then now this is like this man has, got it ain't no allegedly on this. He has got stabbed 14 times, and now it come out that the security guard said he was wrong the whole time.
now my question is this: do you think that these two ladies are going to be going to jail for perjury?
Um,
Hey,
dang, that's kind of crazy. I forgot all about that. They lied in court. They can't go to jail.
yeah. I'm thinking you remember the last person that went to jail was a rapper too, and she was a female for perjury, and that was Little
That's
Kim.
mm-hmm.
I think Megan is going to follow in Little Kim's footsteps as far as committing perjury, but her situation, she was holding it down for her homies, and they told the truth. This one, she was just lying from out the gate.
Mm-hmm. Don't Let me ask you a question though. Immunity. I mean, what's the girl's name? Help me, y'all.
Kelsey.
Kelsey. She got immunity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cause I mean, now she could be charged, right? Cause she lied under oath, right?
Yes. That if
Mm.
she lied under oath, and now that it's proven, if I'm not mistaken, Inga, quote me, Inga, let me know if I'm right or wrong with this. Also, Inga, do you think these two ladies will be charged with perjury? Because the way his father is, he gonna make sure they suffer the consequences. What's your take on it, Inga?
I'm sorry, I'm late. I didn't realize what time it was. I said, "Oh Lord, they're gonna be mad with me and kick me out the group." And, but I say one thing. Lock them up, lock them all up, throw all their ass in the jail, lock, lock them all up. But I'm gonna have to say this, and I know there was a couple of women in this little YouTube space who got a little pissed off with me in Detroit one day when
Me
we went
too.
live
Me
about.
too.
Oh yeah,
Me
you was
too.
up there too. You was up there. You
Mm-hmm.
was up there with a. And I'm mentioning no names, but some a couple of ladies was pissed because I said, even though I don't know the whole deep story and the backstory. All I know is what I saw, and what they're saying is that I never. Well, let me just say it this way: I never believed that this little leprechaun. I never believed that he powed and hurt her feet. I just never believed it from the beginning. So I said I wasn't going on the fact that she was a woman, and I think that's what a lot of the women was just supporting her because they like her music and they twerking to her music and shit
And
like
she's a
that.
woman.
And she's a woman, and I just said it's not about that because if he had did it, I would have said f him and throw him away. But for some reason in my gut, I just didn't believe it. I don't believe that he no innocent lamb now, like he just some innocent all the way innocent. He probably did into did some bullshit, but I think I think her friend or her so-called friend Kelsey is the one that they got into a scrap and they was tussling over the gun or and then she's the one that the gum and the where the pow pow, I'm sorry, I mean said
Mm-hmm.
went off. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. So, and I could be wrong. If anybody got other information that's different, then please show me the real evidence, not just because what you think. I need to see real evidence.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
And I was me. I can remember. I think it was around December, January. Me,
it was
they
one of
had
them
get
lives in the
yeah,
afternoon. You
and
was
then they
going
got
live
Mm-hmm.
like 1 or 2 o'clock of the
Yep.
day or
yep,
something.
and they got at me and talking
Oh,
about
they
I'm
jumped all
wrong.
over us. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
look, nah. I said the evidence
Mm-hmm.
is there. Her being a liar. She switched up her story like 10 times.
Exactly.
Well, my
I
thing
s-
was, yes, I always felt that she was not telling the whole truth, and she was talking about because she didn't want a black man to get locked up and all. I don't have think it had nothing to do with that. I think she was
Mhm.
just covering up, like, and why you couldn't say that she slept with the man and all that? Why you ain't just say it? That was a lie
Right,
right there too. Even though that don't have nothing to do with somebody powing you, but still, it gives a story.
right,
Y'all was sleeping together, knowing that he was also sleeping with the other home girl, and
mm-hmm.
that's why it was. Y'all all probably was getting down together. Y'all probably was all. Man, I
Truth be told, Tory Lanez was trying to save both of them from, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, from doing something wrong, and he didn't go out his way and say nothing about the Kelsey whatever because he wanted to protect her. Because if she would have did it, she would have been in jail.
Suburban
Exactly.
said he was cursed out by MS.KAY. MS.KAY ain't probably curse you out. She ain't probably curse you
No, she
out.
didn't.
She a
Miss
Christian lady. She ain't curse you out.
Miss K ain't saying no curse words like that now.
Mm-mm, she ain't
Chat.
probably cursed you out. She probably said you was wrong in her opinion, you know, but yeah, it's a couple of them that got upset. But listen, I don't hate the lady because I don't know her. I just said this don't just have lock up somebody just because oh it's a man, let's lock him up. It's a man, let's
Hmm.
throw him away. No, let's get the truth.
Okay, I'm gonna read this. Chat. My number one peeve was shot in the foot. If Trump wasn't powed in the ear, neither was Megan, and he wasn't powed in the ear. I agree with you.
Oh
That was
yeah,
all
nah,
right,
Oh
that
for
but
was yeah.
oh for sure.
The only reason why his ear was cut is because when they Secret Service pushed him down the ground, he probably cut his ear or something. You
Right.
know,
Detroit,
he
don't worry, I'll send you the video. Come on, you
That,
can send it to me, Suburbia. I'll post it if you got proof.
yeah, if you got proof,
If you
don't send it to
well
me.
yeah. He said, said,
I
don't
ain't
he
send
got
it.
sure
nothing.
was.
I ain't got
You
nothing to
know,
do with
Suburban ain't
that.
got no problem sending some videos now.
Right.
Okay, Cinder One says he sure was. If you listen to the jail phone call, he was trying to save them both, and they brought that up in this press conference. I showed a little bit of the press conference. I'm not gonna. Last time I got my, I had got some strikes against me, so I'm
Mhm,
really
they
trying
had
to
her in
be.
jail for
Yeah,
90
I was
days.
in jail for 90 days, so I'm trying to
Mhm.
be easy with
Hmm.
y'all.
Detroit and I had to put money on her books. You know,
Right.
Mhm.
Let
What's
me say
up,
this.
Gemini Don? Yep, the stallion is in trouble.
She is. Let me say this
oh
though.
yeah,
Right.
but wait a minute. But he,
Okay.
if I think, well, I just wanted to say this. I want to make. Was he who left this comment? Um, somebody said he was charged with possession of the pow while being a felon. Was he already a felon?
They already said he did not touch the gun.
Good.
In this
Right.
in this news, this news thing that I left that I showed y'all,
Mm-hmm.
they said he didn't touch the gun. So with
Mm.
this being said, I believe I'm gonna say it
Mhm.
like this. I believe that she's I don't know about her getting canceled, but I know she's gonna get a lot of black backlash from this. What are your thoughts?
They about to try to cancel her. If I was Megan, I know. Now, hear me out, ladies. Not saying y'all, but hear me out. If you don't want to dime your girl out, it would have been best that she didn't say nothing. Nobody needed to know this.
This
You
is
should have
true.
never said nothing if you didn't want to dime your girl out. Now, the girl should be in jail right now, but you didn't want to
Yeah,
dime her for some odd reason. You
and you know something, she's trash too because this supposed to be your best friend. Like I just she. She said she really turned on Megan.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
did.
I mean, we got immunity, and that she ain't to be seen or heard from.
No.
She might be out the country for all we. And where that security guard or that bodyguard been at all this time? I thought they was looking for him
Well, you remember he disappeared for the
during the
trial.
trial.
Mm-hmm.
Disappeared during the trial, and we didn't see him, and he didn't testify. So I want to know if he gonna be penalized for that too, because he didn't come to the trial.
But I'm gonna
And
say that. Let me
I'm
say this.
sorry.
My bad, Moochie. Let me say allegedly. Is it? Yeah, I can look at this for a video, but we're gonna say allegedly because Moochie can't play it. But allegedly, they already had to get the bodyguard in question before Torey got stabbed up. You know what I mean? The New York Post. The guy was saying the New York Post has already written an article about
I
this, and they found out. Somebody found out, and that's why they attacked him.
I played the part where they
Allegedly.
said where it said he was
Oh.
attacked. I'll do it one more time.
Oh. Okay.
I'm gonna just play the whole clip because I played it in the beginning and not too many people was here.
I just want to say allegedly
And
just to be safe.
alcohol into mixing emotions and all that stuff. You know what's
It
gonna
could have
get
been some
wild.
drugs too. We don't know.
Exactly.
It could have been some of that booger sugar up in there.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Okay. And we're gonna say that, but I just like with this whole thing, it to me it caused a lot of division in the hip hop community, and it caused division between the hip hop community. And I went, Tamika White said they drank like 7 bottles. Okay, come on now. That's somebody. So
how could
if
you even
you're
function
drinking,
after that?
No, you can't. You on your tail. You
you're
know.
How could you
inebriated.
function?
Yeah.
You're inebriated.
Yeah.
And it's just like they even said the bodyguards was taking part of the fight too.
Out to the prior district attorney, George Gascon, Megan Pete and her representatives, and Kelsey Harris and her representatives. The only party that responded was last week was Megan Pete's representatives with a request for more information. A few days later, Mr. Peterson's brutally attacked in his jail cell. Unite the People represents Daystar Peterson in his appellate process. We filed an appellate brief and a writ of habeas corpus on his behalf. The district attorney's office has already responded. The case is fully briefed. We're just waiting for the appellate court's decision. We were willing to wait for the appellate process to play out, but given that brutal, unprovoked attack, we felt it necessary to come here today to provide you with this information. It is our intention to make a request to the governor to either pardon or commute the sentence of Mr. Peterson, so that when he recovers from this attack, he's not returned to a jail cell, but that he's allowed to go home and recover.
Okay, so I just started a poll, and it's do you think Meg is in connected to the Torey being poked in prison? So please be sure to scroll up to the top, and we'll close that out at the end. Okay. Let me go back to here. So what's your take with all of this? Being that y'all heard this, and she made her representatives were contacted. So, and then 2 days later, he was attacked in prison. Do you think that she was connected to that? Did she, some dudes and made a phone call and set things off up in the jail?
Can I
I
start out?
don't know.
Can I start out first?
Yeah, you can start out.
Yeah, because I don't know.
Okay, it's The Rock. It's The Rock. That's all I'm gonna say about that. They connected.
Do
They
you
knew
think
this was
this is
coming
going?
out.
Do you think this is going to trace back to Hova?
This this is documented too. So the snitches, the Rosie Perez. What's her name? Rosie Perez. The CEO of us Rock Nation.
Oh, let me see. Hold up, I gotta look it up.
Yeah, look her up. She's a former informant.
Oh, you talking about the other chick who?
Yeah, she is the she's the CEO Rock Nation, Perez and her husband was in locked up too. It's connections going on. She no, ma, I ain't gonna get me and Moochie one day gonna get into about this lady because she connected.
Desiree Perez, you talking
Desert,
about?
yes, yes, her.
Yeah, Desiree, not Rosie
Desiree,
Perez.
no,
Yeah.
my bad. Desiree, my bad.
Mhm.
Her right there. She know everything. She's
Yeah,
a re.
her husband was he was into some underworld stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
Bill Clinton had pardoned her.
They said it was
Yeah,
some Mexicans that did it,
yeah.
allegedly. That's what it said on the news report. That's what I'm
But
hearing. I don't know how true it is, so
yeah,
please don't
get
quote
they
me. So I'll say allegedly.
put two and two together though. Her like Inga was saying, her her husband was in some stuff. I mean, she kind of low key. I mean, ain't no low key. She ratted. I mean, to get no time on her, and that was like a a
I remember
cartel.
that the Clintons had her pardoned or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay, so
I think
Kim,
she has something
Or
to do
had her
with it.
husband pardoned, one of them. Yeah.
okay, so Kim said now it won't come out until he's on trial for something else. Probably. What is he going to be on trial for? Something else? They was messing with him in prison constantly. They messed up whatever equipment he was using to record his music. They went in there and destroyed that. So now, if all of that's connected, whoever those people are, if he's been keeping his mouth closed too, with not telling who did what and XYZ with that. But what do y'all think is going to be the outcome of this situation, y'all?
Jail time. Somebody got to go to jail. You got to think about it. They wasted the taxpayers' dollars of Los Angeles, and
If they find out that she lied, and this not gonna look good for her career, and this gonna be bad for I don't know if it goes anywhere, you know.
right,
We'll see if this information goes to court. I mean,
oh, he's gonna have to go to court to get him up out of there.
Okay, so Cinder One says yes. Meg representatives responded. Why? To see what he knew, then 10 days later attack him. Who is Meg's representative? I believe. Do y'all remember they talked about the lady that was the lawyer that was from the show that we review, Reasonable Doubt, and they said, I think it's that lady. She was the lawyer. She was a lawyer for Rock Nation. I wonder what's going to happen with all of this, because there's a lot of hands in this pot that's stirring this joker. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
well, all of this, none of this wouldn't even be no big conspiracy and all that if nobody lied, just told the truth what happened in that car. What led up to the argument in the car, which led to the pow pow. If they just told the truth from the beginning, we wouldn't even be sitting here talking about all this. They
Okay.
all lied. Everybody lied.
Yeah, Tory lied for just to protect them.
Yeah.
To be honest with you,
So he didn't testify though.
he didn't testify.
He did a live saying that he didn't do it. And then that's when she came out talking about I wasn't gonna say anything, but you made me come out because you was talking. You pow me. You don't remember that video with Meg Thee Stallion?
Yeah, she said it. I remember I looked at the whole thing.
And then you went on Gayle King and lied too.
Mm-hmm.
This is why this was always puzzling to me. This is what Gemini Don said. There was no pow residue on Torey at all, and they did not admit that evidence. And ironically, this news comes out and Rock Nation posting about hot girl summer. It may be a hot, long summer for her. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But she might be in the Bing. I'm just saying. Shrapnel or in we read that one, right? Oh wait, shrapnel or in Trump case glass fragments. Hell nah, she not powed in her foot.
Well, I mean, she was out there bare feet. Maybe she cut her feet.
I think it was the glass, like they said. So it might have been like maybe shrapnel or glass, like what She's Always Late says.
Mm-hmm. I just feel like
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I gotta say, I just feel like all the people who was dogging this man, calling him type of names. Yeah, I need to have that same energy now that this information come up. Don't try to
No,
defend her. We've been saying that
no,
this
they
woman a
not saying
liar.
nothing. Everybody
They
quiet as a church
quiet.
mouse.
Yeah, they ain't saying nothing now. Come on now, let's say something.
Okay, now I want her to take accountability for this. She has to.
Me too.
This
I
is
want her to
what
go to
they
jail.
this is what they say. Women don't take accountability for this. She needs to fall on that sword and take accountability for everything that has happened.
She ain't gonna do that because she gonna try to ride it out till the wheels fall off because it'll make her look so bad that all of a sudden she come up and confess now and say I lied. No,
She
mm-mm.
can't say that because if she do, she gonna lose some endorsement deals.
Yeah, it'll just look bad for her because so many people stood by her side. You know.
Only thoughts like her. She went on Saturday Night Live, yo,
Mm-hmm.
and did that performance. Yo, this is not a good look. It's not a good look.
Can we have real talk for a minute now? This I didn't ever think of this. My uncle had thought of this, and I'm like, damn, he kind of make perfect sense. I think Moochie kind of came up with this too, and they try to beat you up on this.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay,
now
I'm
think about
listening.
it. Now, give me 2 minutes, like at least 2 minutes to try to break this down. It's gonna this
Break it
easy.
on down, bro.
All right, now when you look at Megan Thee Stallion career, it never went to the height. This is before you know what I mean, before the whole situation with this trial. It never went to the heights. It was like it was stagnant. Like people knew her, but she could never get over the top. So when quarantine happened, she was building up a little bit of something, but it never took her to the next level like a Cardi B, a Nicki Minaj. She didn't have that many endorsement deals. She wasn't on Saturday Night Live. She didn't sell out a tour. She wasn't doing really nothing. She was basically going to clubs and stuff, right? But
Mm-hmm.
I see where
but
you going. I see where you cooking.
but this situation happened.
Mm-hmm.
So guess what this generation do now? Not saying us, not saying none of these women on the panel. This is or if you this we gonna dog black man. If you sit there and you go with this agenda of dogging black man, you got the LGBT thing going on, the hate. You got a fan base of I hate black men that'll support you. It's out there. I'm not making this up.
Oh
You can
no, that's
go.
real.
It's real like that. So,
Hmm.
bam.
They
Okay.
make it their life mission too. You know.
Exactly.
Hmm.
So we already in a ratchet era. They hate black men already. So this might happen. You didn't say nothing about it for like 2, 3 weeks, probably longer than that. But you could easily turn your she not your friend. You could easily tell she did it. But if I do this gonna take my career up to another level because we're gonna have all the black women supporting me, dogging me. And guess what happened? She went the opposite. What I knew she would do was say he did it. And the agenda was so crazy, it took her to a next level. Saturday Night Live, a Pop
Mm-hmm.
commercial, all type of stuff, just
Mm-hmm.
because she sat there and did what the agenda was to do, was the bash black man. And she
Okay.
did that. Do it
Will
make
Tory
sense?
Okay, do y'all think this is gonna happen? Will Tory sue her?
I would if I was him.
Heck yeah. Defamation of character. She ruined his career. She has to
Yeah.
lose out.
I want her to go to jail and I want to get that money back.
Yes. Okay, let me go to this real quick. She's definitely connected. Megan doesn't have that much pull. Who is her representative? Rock Nation.
Mm-hmm. Right Nation gave her that information. Say if you able to do this, we could take your career to the next level.
What's up, Eric H?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Think about it,
Hey,
Inga,
Eric
like
H.
because she was on a club, like no disrespect to her career, but she was in clubs. She wasn't packing out no stadiums or nothing like that. A documentary, nobody was really like, okay, she on a rise, but she not the top tier rapper. Then when she did that for as woman, oh yeah, she
No,
got multiple endorsement
when I
deals.
think of female rappers, she ain't even in my list at all. Okay, she's not even in my
Hmm.
list.
The
She was
agenda
on
was so.
stage twerking for Kamala too.
And you see how that turned out.
Exactly.
Okay, sorry, she won't. You slept behind Kelsey, and I don't think Kelsey owned her nothing after that. She tweaked on 2 pow feet. Hell, I'm limping for 2 weeks if I cut my toenail too short.
I know that's right.
Yeah, because she was on Saturday Night Live dancing like nothing happened. You supposed to got you
and wearing heels.
There you go.
You wearing heels because I'm telling you, she always ladies right because if my foot hurt, toe hurt, anything, I can't walk around certain shoes. So yeah, that is true. That is true.
Okay, MS.KAY is here. All right, MS.KAY.
MS.KAY in the building.
Hey,
So
MS.KAY.
what's your take on how you feel about all of this happening? We covered this before. When we covered this before, you were on Megan's sides. What are your thoughts about this now that this is all coming out?
Well, my thing is I was never really on her side as far as
I think we all was weighing the pros and cons. I mean, I misworded it. I apologize.
Yeah. My thing was the whole every time something happens between a man and a woman, you start seeing how men come out. Like you start seeing the true colors about how much they really hate Black women. That's what we were talking about last time. Somebody even made a comment of how women be lying, which I totally agree with. And we all expressed that we have concerns about the Me Too movement and how we have sons and a woman could literally lie
and ruin their career.
The Me Too movement and our sons, God forbid, could go to jail because of a lie. So we talked about that, but my main thing that the stuff that bothered me was shut the hell up, Suburbia Jones.
Oh dang.
Anyway, this nigga always got something stupid to say. And normally,
MS.KAY, before you came up here, he made a comment saying you cursed him out last time. I said, no, MS.KAY ain't cursed him out.
I'm gonna do it now, though. I'm gonna do it now because last time, and I watched the video from last time, he said some stupid ish, and I didn't say nothing to him. So now you want to talk about something? I'm eating crow. No, I don't backtrack or nothing. I literally came on here last time and we watched the video, so there ain't no backtracking because I'm gonna say exactly what the heck happened. Is I say that because we are not biased, we don't beat up on men. All three of these ladies up here, we don't beat up on men or nothing like that. The bottom line is we didn't know the full story, but automatically we saw the divide. And
I'm gonna go to you. You said that in the video too, MS.KAY.
Yeah.
Just what you saying now. You said it 2 years ago.
Thank you.
That we do not beat up on beat up on men. We all have sons, and all three of us had sons on that panel. That was 2 years ago. It was myself, MS.KAY, and INGA. I think the fellas came on another live later or something like that. I'm trying to find it because we revisited this subject. We revisited this subject multiple times.
I just always felt like there was something real funky with this whole thing. I just felt like nothing was true. Like everybody was lying or something.
And that's what we said. We said we don't know the full story. We just watching the responses from everybody.
Right.
The main thing. And y'all know me. If anybody know me and follow me, I don't really follow hot topics. Moochie is the one that keep me abreast.
Yeah. Moochie got
come here.
So
I come here and I'm basically going off of certain things, certain people that I see, like Hassan Campbell, Moochie hook me up or whatever, and I make my own little thing about it. But that's about it. But here's my thing. If these chicks was lying, they need to pay the price. Just like we were talking about last time when we said, if this dude, if everything was all like the way it was, or if he was innocent, why didn't he testify? You know what I'm saying? Why didn't he speak his piece if he was innocent? And why was there a gun in play in the first, you know what I'm saying, in the first place? Those are all the questions that we had. Now we seeing that people was out here lying. Okay, guess what? If they lied, they need to pay the price.
Definitely.
Don't get MS.KAY turned up. MS.KAY is.
No. I agree. I said that too. I said if it turns out that he did do something, then throw his ass away. But I just don't think it's all what they said it was. I said that back then.
Okay,
And
hold on
Can
one
I say
second.
it?
Let
Okay.
me just say this and then you get
Okay.
your thought out. Pocket full of dineros. Y'all don't have to explain yourselves too much respectfully. We barely know these celebrities. It's all entertainment, speculation, and none of our business. Okay.
I always feel like that too. A lot of times people say things thinking that they know, like you in these people's lives.
We
You
don't know
going
these
on what you
people.
see on the shade room and all these gossip things. So really, we don't really know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Let me say this though to suburbia. I can't. This is just me how I feel. PG, MS.KAY, INGA, Moochie. They are really the ones I really rock with. Women that can see logic. They don't get in their feelings. So I'm no disrespect if I didn't say your name, but them the ones right there that I say like they have you thinking like, okay, they don't pick a side, they ain't biased, they call it down the middle. So MS.KAY ain't no man bashing
Thank you.
for what
Thank
I
Mhm.
you.
know. But that's just me though. I can't speak for other people, but that's just me.
I mean, that's true. I mean, and if they wrong, we call them. And I have to call out women when they're wrong. I can't just say,
Yep.
oh,
Right.
because she's a woman and I'm a
Mm-hmm.
woman, that automatically she just innocent.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Exactly.
I mean,
No.
every situation is different, so you go by case. But I think it's still a lot to the story that we don't know. We probably ain't never gonna know.
Well, he said that Tory Lanez was trying to protect Megan from getting, I mean, allegedly, because people be going crazy now with YouTube, but was trying to hurt, I mean, trying to keep it peaceful, and he didn't want neither one of them to go to jail because somebody was supposed to go to jail that night.
Mm.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
mm.
You know what I mean? Like, and if he go and snitching, then they gonna call him a snitch, so he
And she,
can't win.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you
She
go ahead,
tried
go
to make
ahead.
it seem like she was protecting everybody. She looks really bad right now.
Well,
Mm.
let me ask this because I refresh my memory. 'Cause, why did the girl Kelsey, her friend, get immunity in the first place? Like, what was she?
That was the deal for her to take the stand. You know what I mean? She wasn't. She needed to take the stand. She wanted that to happen.
Okay, okay.
Nobody wants to
Mm.
talk about this though, because a lot of women don't want to talk about it. I said this on my live, MS.KAY, and I got jumped by a woman because I'm sitting there speaking the truth. She should have never. When you look at Megan and say all she do is get drunk,
Mm-hmm.
dancing. Nobody want like that's not a good reputation for like for me. I never like. I don't want to say it because they're gonna call. They're gonna say I'm bashing woman. I'm not bashing a woman. I'm
I don't
telling
see
a
it as
woman,
bashing.
a woman
I
don't
don't
supposed to
see it
be
as
doing.
that. I don't see it as
No,
that.
she's not like a representation of
No, she
what you
don't
want
supposed
your.
to
If
be.
you're like Miss K got young daughters, I don't think she probably want her young
She
daughters
doing
like
too much
looking up to her
drinking.
Megan
She,
Stallion.
number
I don't
one,
know.
listen.
I mean, I don't
Nope.
think so.
None of this happened. For he will be out of jail. Her and her friend probably would be friends if she wouldn't be a drunk. You don't
Mm.
need to be drinking like me personally. You drinking and you acting a fool when you drinking. You can't handle your liquor. You don't need to drink. And
Okay.
people
Mm.
be making excuses for that. Like if you act crazy, let me ask y'all a question. Y'all ever been around a friend? You be like, man, I don't want to hang around this person. I love him to death, but all he gonna do is get drunk. He gonna start a problem. She that type of person, and now her
Hmm.
career is about to be. If you think about it, his career probably ain't gonna never be the same, and her career about to go down the drain because now people is not gonna believe her no more.
Mm.
They supposed to deport him back to Canada too, right? At some
I
point,
think
right?
they can't because he's an innocent man. But now with all of this going on, who knows?
If he go, he has to go to court now because
Well, they got to go back
he,
to court
he
first.
gonna have
Yeah.
to go to back to court because he don't want to get deported.
Okay, so there's another thing that they were saying during this press conference that they want him to be released and able to recover at his own home and not return back to prison. What do you guys think that is going to be the outcome of this situation? I'll start with you, Miss K.
With all that's been revealed and people, creating doing perjury and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I would hope that he would be, vindicated, of course, and like everything. Somebody said, Eric H said his career about the pop. I would hope that.
Heck yeah. You know how much music he made in prison?
Yeah.
They even destroyed his equipment. Damn, what did I do?
That I really would hope that that's all the things that would happen. But sometimes like if this dude, he's still gonna need therapy probably and everything for everything that happens to him in prison. So money and none of those things is gonna change anything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I hope the best for him. I really do.
And now I understand why his father was going off outside the courthouse now.
Yeah. He spoke today too. He spoke during that press conference too, and he prayed, and he was just telling everybody to please continue to pray for my son because they really tried to take him out of here, and now he's an innocent man, and they did that after they found out the fact. Because there was an article that was posted in the New York Post, and usually the New York Post, I used to look at them because I'm a New Yorker, and that paper I always didn't read that paper because the way they paint black people, the words they use, thugs, this, that, different things they use where it doesn't make black people look good. They don't show black people in a good light. That's what I'll say.
I think me personally, the number one thing he need to worry about getting out of prison, right? That's the number one thing. The second thing, his career never gonna be the same because even if he caught be innocent, it's gonna be women that still gonna say they still believe Megan, so that he ain't gonna be able to do nothing about that.
I don't think so. Now it's too much of a smoking gun with thick smoke coming out of it because that phone call where they contacted her lawyers, and then 10 days later, that happened to him in prison. It's too many things connected.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that is wild.
Too many things connected. They're gonna trace everything now. Text messages, all of that stuff.
So wait, can I ask Moochie or anybody can answer this? Because I need to know the whole gun situation. Like what was that?
That they saying that he had no. You wasn't here earlier. I played the press. First, I played the 2 years ago, and then I played the press conference where they said that he didn't even touch the gun. There was like a struggle with those two girls, and I think he smacked her hand and knocked it out of her hand. He didn't even have any residue on there. It was 3 other people's DNA on there. The bodyguard, Meg, and her friend Kelsey. He wasn't even on there, and they did not admit that evidence, and that's why his trial went the way it went.
Somebody had said that too, though. Like even throughout this, they were saying there was some type of struggle or something that didn't have nothing to do with him.
So I want you to take this comment, MS.KAY, while you still on the floor.
Tory Lanez, as an artist, Miss Aquarius says, was able to cut off the middleman of labels where artists was able to get paid more money. Tory Lanez has always remained innocent in this case. His lawyers were also involved.
Yes.
Involved as she later said was also part of his demise. Yeah. And that's sad too, because you got to be careful who represents you, everything, because your lawyer could be the one right there getting paid for everything. They might even send you lawyers that's there to you know what I'm saying, take part in your demise or help push it along.
And the lawyer that they hired was the lawyer from Rock. She happened to be connected to let me make sure before I say that. Let me
say one thing.
Go ahead.
Okay. You do know that Jay-Z lawyers they not no pushovers. You know what I mean? And it came from how can I say this? Not trying to be disrespectful, but hey, when you going to get some type of lawyers and you got that type of power and the jury and stuff is starstruck and stuff like that, the trial never felt good for him to ask for Tory Lanez anyway. I knew he was going to jail because you in a liberal state, You got Rock Nation, that's the lawyers. Your lawyers is is terrible. So I knew it was down. It was downhill. I knew he was going to jail.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then I don't know if y'all remember this in December, she filed a doggone
Restraining
a
order.
restraining order on him around December, saying that he was calling her from prison.
She was trying to shut him down. She knew it was coming. So now, yo, she looks bad. She really looks bad.
So y'all think that the reason why, because that's what it's looking like now, is that the reason why he didn't take the stand was not only because his lawyers advised him not to take the stand, but because he didn't want to snitch?
I think it's because he didn't want to snitch. He didn't. I don't think he wanted them to need. I mean, not Megan, but her old girl to go to jail.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's what it was. He didn't want her to go to jail because if he'd have came out and said I didn't do it, she did it. Number one, people to call him a snitch. I would have never did it though, but they would have called him a snitch, and she would have been going to jail. And that young lady got a baby.
Mm.
So how
You know
y'all
what I
think
mean?
he gonna be looked at now?
Some people say he might. Some people saying he should have told.
Right. I don't know.
So you think she gonna get a
if you
perjury
ain't,
charge like they did Lil Kim that time?
It's possible. The first witness, the man who saw the fight and identified everything else, Kelsey's bodyguard, told Tory's new lawyers. But remember the other man that had remember the other man that was on the balcony that said he saw stuff and he saw the girls fighting?
He probably got paid off or something.
Word.
he bounced, man. They gave him about $60,000. He bounced. You ain't seeing him no more.
Can I say something was so it's just a little different now, right? Back in the day, like, and I don't know what's going on now, but now they got the Illuminati to contend with and how they be trying to take people down and stuff, right? But before you had the FBI and the CIA, they tapping phones and they doing this and they're trying to take people down. So I'm like, the only difference now is that you don't really hear about that anymore. It's more about the, it's more about the what's the elite.
Yeah. The elite, yeah.
Yeah, like that. Those are the monsters now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like if you do something wrong, they will wipe you out and they will do so. They kind of move kind of very similar to like the CIA trying to make stuff look like accidents and all of that type of stuff. And I'm just watching because back in the day, you know what happened with Sam Cooke and Billie Holiday.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? All these people, all of them celebrities, that was the CIA, FBI, that type of stuff. Now it's freaking Illuminati.
Right. You telling the truth.
It's crazy.
Because they was taking them out left and right. A lot of strange, mysterious things was going on with people. Especially that Sam Cooke thing. That whole thing was a setup.
Crazy.
My mother's a religious person. She always tell me, she say, God can strip you from your powers.
Yup.
She said, look at Kanye. She said, ain't nothing wrong with him. I mean, something wrong with him mentally, yeah, but he done got too cocky, and she said God ain't do nothing but strip him from his powers, and he don't know what to do.
I'm glad you said that, Kelly, because that was the case that was on my mind. Sean, they did him just like they did Sean.
Oh, Sean. They really said, oh my God.
Set him up, and they set him up.
Y'all need to watch that documentary.
Yeah, they did him dirty, man.
Did him real dirty, yeah.
And Megan ain't doing nothing but getting stripped from her powers. Like they said, God don't like ugly, man. I 100% agree with that. Your lies will get exposed. You can't lie. The lie gonna come out regardless.
Do y'all think she's we gonna start hearing how she's losing endorsements and things like that?
Hopefully, sure.
I mean, if she lied, she need to be held accountable.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's how I feel.
Yeah, so I'm not wishing nothing bad on this lady. I'm just saying, but if she lied, she need to be held accountable.
Right.
I'm like this. One minute I don't want her to go to prison, but another minute I want her to go, but I don't want her to go to prison because I don't think no woman or man if you ain't really do nothing really serious, don't need to be locked up. But if you get a man, you lied on a man, and get a man locked up, for anybody get locked up for 20 years, 10 years, hell, even 3 years, and they didn't do it, I'm not mad that she get locked up because that's
So
wrong.
he was in jail. He been in jail 2 years.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's messed up, yo.
Can't get that back for nothing.
You can't get that back. You can't
And
get
then
it back.
how many times you said he was poked out?
14 times, they say.
Yeah, it was. Then he was in critical condition or something, right?
Yeah, but he's good now because the father.
Then they said they stabbed him in his neck or something too, right?
They stabbed
Oh my goodness.
They stabbed him in his face too.
That was a hit, man.
Right.
That's
he
what that
must have been
was.
real. He must have been fighting.
Oh, that was a hit. No, that's a hit. That's a hit.
Yeah.
That was planned. Don't nobody shank you that many times and they ain't trying to unalive you. So
do you think she's gonna get more than 2 years? Do you think she's gonna get time? That's what I'm wondering with this.
How much can you get lying under oath though? How many years can you get? About 3 years?
Can't you get like 10?
Well, I know little Kim got a year. I don't know how many, but let's look it up.
If you lie on the stand or something, I think they get like a year.
I thought it depends.
It depends, I think.
Yeah.
On the crime that you lying about.
Right, yeah, maybe.
Because I think I done heard 10 years before. That has to probably do with a murder, probably.
That was in California too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the state. It all depends on the state.
Yep, that's why I asked that.
I mean, I don't want to see her get locked up because I mean,
that either.
Yeah, I don't really
I'd rather
see
she sue him and she pay him the money.
But some kind of way, maybe some restitution, to him for the 2 years he been away.
I don't want to go into jail neither. She got to apologize to the man, publicly apologize,
right,
and she gonna have to get sued.
And then look at the money he done lost all the time, all this time. So
public.
If you lie, man. You gotta
a public apology.
Yeah.
Go on these platforms. Since she went on Gayle King and tried to disparage the man, go back on there again and say you lied.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, though, going back to what we were talking about how we have sons and all of that stuff, an example needs to be made out of her so these chicks can know, don't be lying on dudes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Look.
Yes, MS.KAY, you are so right on that because that's my pet peeve of that kind of thing. Yeah.
Because there's a lot of men that's incarcerated that ain't do it. They didn't do what they said that the woman, and I hate to bring this up, but it's facts. They doing 20 years, 30 years.
Okay.
You know what I mean? For something they didn't do. Somebody lied on them.
California Penal Code Section 118 PC perjury up to 4 years.
Yep.
She ain't gonna do the 4 years. If she get caught lying, she'll probably do about probation. She'll probably do a year. They might put her on the ankle monitor. That's about it.
Would not make it no more. It is not making it now. Both of them need to take responsibility for what they did. I mean, I believe he did take responsibility. He was messing around with 2 girls. He kept his mouth closed. I think Kelsey and her, they got to take responsibility for what they did because both of them lied.
And where's Kelsey at now?
I don't know. She disappeared.
Now Kelsey, on the other hand, she can do 7 years. She lied under oath and she ain't really lie. Well, she kind of did, but she lied and she fired the gun.
That's gender bias right there. Both of them need to be locked up. Okay, thank you, Captain K. Man.
She said Captain K. Man. Lord.
How's that gender bias? How's that gender bias though? I said no, man. Y'all got that. He got it.
No. I'm pretty sure he's talking about the ladies.
He's talking about these two. We know they're gonna go. I believe they need to go.
Meaning like they were saying that they don't want to see her go to jail and all that. That you ain't hear me say nothing because look, I feel like she do need to go to jail, but at the same time, like I'm trying to be nice because I don't like to see people's downfall. I don't. But like I said, she made an example out of.
Yeah.
You can't be out here lying like that. You got a lot of these young ladies looking up to people like her. Please.
I wonder what kind of statement she's gonna put out.
She probably ain't gonna say nothing.
No, I don't think she will.
Until her career start going boop, like this, plummeting.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Yeah,
she gonna be
flat line, right?
Yeah. Then
That
she gonna
career,
try to say something.
that career need to be gone. She single handedly destroyed this modern day generation with filth music.
Mm-hmm.
So
With
I wouldn't be. That's another music that could be off the radio that we don't hear. Her and
Right.
Cardi B, they need to leave off the radio.
Oh my gosh! Please say it again.
Off the
Yes. Oh my
radio,
goodness.
please.
I'm glad that I grew up on real hip hop, and especially real women doing hip hop, because this stuff now these young girls listen to now, it's a mess. It's a mess.
yeah, it's just they just talk like strippers.
It's
It's just
pitiful.
like
It
you
was.
can
Yeah,
tell it's men-
it's
you can
stripper
tell it's
rap.
men
That's
writing
exactly
they
what
you can
It
tell
was.
it's men writing they stuff. Women don't talk like that unless like it's like pimps and hoes. I'm sorry.
Let me. Hey, Miss.K, I don't know if you saw the video, but I think Moochie saw it, but it's a video. When she was in the club, Megan in the club twerking with Trey Songz was there, and Kevin Liles had to tell her like, chill, this ain't the way to be dancing. He had to get her together like that was his daughter. He had an interview was like, I was telling her like, yo, you're not gonna do that. Like, women don't act like that in public like
Right.
that. And I
Right.
respect that for what he said. He like, you don't need. He got her together. Like, you don't need to be doing this in front of these
Right.
guys.
Somebody gotta tell her.
Yeah.
Yep. Definitely somebody gotta tell her, and it has to be a man of a certain age.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know, because if you didn't get that from your dad, you know what I mean, then you
Hey,
can get it from somebody else to influence.
Inga, when I was trying to tell people that on my live, they were like, "Well, this her body. She can do what she want to do. This is
That's
coming
the
from a
problem.
man. This is like okay. People want to say, man, to protect black women. Protecting black women is trying to tell her like, yo, you don't need to be sitting there going out filthy drunk. You don't need to be twerking out at restaurants or whatever like that. You know what I mean? What are you doing? That's what what a man's supposed to do. That don't have to be your wife or your
And
girlfriend.
it shows you don't have no talent if you
Yeah,
every time we see you on the TV and you on the stage and you're
yeah,
sitting there bending over and spreading it wide and dropping it low. It's just like you
Yep.
ain't never see MC Light do that, Queen Latifah,
Right.
people like that. You never saw them doing no stuff like that.
And the thing, and that whole thing about sex sells, man. To heck with all of that.
Yeah.
Like you
right.
could be sexy and still not do that. I grew
Yeah.
up on when I was a teenager. Cause I'm 53 years old, so I'm a teenager. I'm listening to Salt and Pepper. They was being sexy, but they wasn't raunchy.
Right.
They wasn't funky. It's a difference between being sexy and funky. It's a big difference. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I hate to say it like that, MS.KAY, but it is.
Because you said funky.
Some of it's just funky. I mean, all that dirty red and all them. I can't call her no sexy red. She
But they
ain't nothing.
already said
It ain't nothing sexy about that lady. It's she's trashy red.
they
All that
already
stuff
said
is
she's a plant. That's how they want these young girls to look. And now I hope this stops now. I hope we change the rap game where they have a little bit more respectable people. I see it's Doechii there, but then they did have her in her panties and stuff like that.
I didn't like that. And I like Doechii, but I didn't like that she did that. I didn't like that.
It was like soon as she went mainstream, they did that to her, and so now it's like I don't know. They already said that sexy red is an industry plant, and I believe.
I believe that because she ain't got no talent. I
Dumb down
believe
the
that.
black girls.
Mm-hmm.
Dumb down the black girls and make them look like that we just hypersexual. You know how hypersexual.
And all we do is bend over and shake our butt all the time. Yeah,
No,
exactly.
I'm gonna be honest with people. Be like, I'm too concerned. I'm not concerned. This is facts. If you look at TV today, if you look at VH1, BET, all you see is black women fighting each other, throwing, you know what I mean, reality TV shows, Housewife for Atlanta, you know what I mean? Like they looking crazy on there, like, and it's messing up people's marriages in real life because they think that's real. Some of that stuff got to go off TV, man. That's not real stuff.
Yeah,
It's
they
not
don't
real
sense
stuff.
nothing anymore.
This comment
They
funny as
don't.
all.
Which one? Which one?
The one you just had.
They
But
need to stick the microphone up.
yeah, I was
Man.
say something about it. That's why I put it on.
That's why I was laughing.
I could hear she's always late voice, even though I
Oh
never heard
my
it.
Oh my god!
I'm telling you, because you're right. Every time you see him on the BET Awards and all them things, they bending over and showing their behind.
Think about it. Hey, Miss K, think about it. We see elects people don't think politics. People take politics really, really serious, right? And I'm not mad at it. But you got a woman that's sitting there twerking at an election. Like, this is not to be played with. This is serious business right here. That's what Megan was doing. She
I
was
was
That
twerking
was
at the
embarrassing, and I
campaign.
can't believe
That's
that
horrible.
Kamala
So,
that happened.
yeah, I
You know
was
what I'm
so disappointed. I was
Yeah.
like, girl.
I mean,
It just seemed like it was a concert. It was a bad look, and that's probably why she didn't get taken seriously.
It was a bad look. She
Yes,
was
it was.
insulting us. Listen, I'm talking about Kamala. She insulted us as Black people because
right.
she made it seem like that's what we all are all about.
Mm-mm,
We're not.
Exactly.
None of us is conservative enough to want to go somewhere and not see a bunch of twerking.
And you got people like elders who probably looking at that and saying, "What is going on?" You know,
It was
right?
people that really wanted. It was people that really wanted to vote for her. They said we can't. We either gonna sit this out. We're gonna vote for the other guy.
Yeah,
'Cause
and
we
that's
don't want this. We don't need this in our generation. They ain't one voting for that. Sorry.
Mm-mm.
Meg Thee Stallion don't really got nothing but show that body, and her rapping skills are average. Yeah.
And then bring Cardi B, who can't speak English right well, to sit
Thank-
there.
oh my God, preach on that.
Oh my God, like why is she
Her
going
voice
up
is
there
annoying.
for?
Her voice
It
is annoying.
annoys the heck out of
Her
me.
voice is so annoying, and it's not even the rapping skill. It's the like what it's the things you say out your mouth.
Yeah.
You know, talking about your whatever. I ain't even gonna repeat it. You know, I'm just saying, just the stuff that just say it's just vile. It's just like I'm not no prude, and I'm not no person. I say crazy stuff. Y'all know I
Right.
said a whole bunch of
Yeah.
stuff. But I don't know. That's just a bit much.
This is generation is basically showing the Gen Zs that it's okay to get BBLs and then talk crazy to your mama, not respect your daddy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this, it's starting to get
Oh, and
ridiculous
please
now.
let's stop that BBL. Everybody
and-
walking around looking like an ant.
And
They
speaking
look
of
like an
speaking of BBLs, right? I'm hearing that they stink.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, I hear that they
It's rotten flesh
and they
coming
start
on.
they said the liquid start coming out like or whatever. So,
So boy, men out here loving these BBLs, and then you dealing with some funk in the bed.
Some men, some men don't like BBLs though. Some men don't like BBLs.
Exactly.
I had to make the think face, y'all.
Oh my God.
Like, are you sure this what you want? Oh.
Yeah, they said that downwind be stanking.
And they looking
somebody
so
said-
bad.
Then they said that. Sorry, then they said somebody said that K Michelle is funky like that.
She changed her stuff.
I think they said
So many
Mano. I don't know if it was Mano.
Yeah, and they need to stop messing with their face too. The big lips and all that. They just look a mess.
May is not a good month for us Black Americans because you got to think about it. It's showing us in the wrong light. Number one, it started in April with Shannon Sharp. You know what I mean? Then now it's starting with this guy. I don't even want to say his name, man. Honestly, Cone Sean John, whatever his name is, starting with this dude, and then now Megan Thee Stallion. You know what I mean? This is beyond ridiculous at this point.
Yeah,
Like I'm tired of seeing this stuff. Like, I'm gonna say this, man. Any man who feels sorry for Puff, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. I'm not caping up for that. I'm not caping up for that guy, bro.
You know that's suburban. He was going around talking about Team Diddy and all that kind of stuff.
That and
That's suburban was doing that.
Let me say this though, because a man gotta say it. If any man sitting there caping up for daddy, y'all don't need no kids if y'all don't have no kids. Because if somebody was to do that to y'all daughter, y'all be ready to crash out. Man,
I
don't
want to
understand
bring
these
him
dudes.
up. I don't want to bring him up because then they'll this why won't be monetized. We'll talk about him another time. We'll have a whole segment on him, but I don't even want to talk about him right now.
No, I was just saying this. I had to say that because there's too many men caping up for this dude. That's
Yeah.
I don't like that because you this I'm just saying for y'all because y'all have kids. Just imagine. I don't even want to imagine this stuff. If you heard what this dude had did to this woman, no woman don't
Yeah.
deserve that, man.
No.
And if that
Mm-mm.
and Miss K, you got a baby girl. If any man that sit there and you hear, no, I'm gonna chill because
Miss K
people
might
gonna
be
be like,
locked up because she done
people
took
gonna be
somebody
like,
up
man,
out of here. You know what I'm saying?
because people
Okay,
gonna be
look at
like,
this.
man, he a black
Yeah,
man,
we
and
ain't
why
gotta
you?
talk about it because it is
Yeah, but
sickening.
it's and
And Mooch, I
disgusting
know you ain't
though.
want to talk about, but
It is
the
disgusting.
thing to have you got your own daughter sitting up in the courtroom listening to this garbage.
That's the part
Yeah,
I was like, how
Like,
could
why
he
did the
do
mama,
this?
the grandmama, Mama Jones, Mama, what's her name, Combs? Why is she
Yeah.
sitting up there with her big, ugly blonde wig on? That wig looked so bad. Me and Moochie was cracking up laughing yesterday looking at that wig. That
some
wig looked
baby.
so bad. And then
That's what
she's
I'm
sitting up in
saying.
there in the thing. Why you say as a grandmother, you should say no. The boys can go because they're adults. But the girls, well, and nuh-uh. Even though they 18, 19, but still they girls. They still teenagers.
Man, they
Right.
All
saying
right.
some
Well,
they saying
let
some
me
nasty
just
We
show
stuff
move
y'all
on
on
this
her.
from
real
it.
quick too.
Go
Dumpster
ahead.
juice, Smoochie. Ugh.
Look, listen to her. Listen to her. That's all I'm gonna say is just listen to it.
Okay.
Like dumpster juice and y'all, or
Wait.
just because I wasn't afraid to get on here and say my BBL smelled like dumpster juice and y'all, or don't make me a villain.
This is the ongoing fascinating saga of a woman whose BBL stank.
So in part one, I was telling y'all how my sit down air was stinking real bad, and it got to the point to where I had to carry around a bottle of air freshener or a bottle of perfume.
So how could a BBL cause somebody's sit-down air to stink really badly?
Oh my
Well, there are a
God.
number of possible causes.
They say
Obviously,
I'm gonna
dumpster
stop
cleanliness
juice.
and
sharing it
hygiene
now.
may have
Look.
something to do with it, especially if you've had a BBL and things aren't feeling the same down there. But it also could be due to medical conditions. Let's hear a little bit more from her.
Oh my
When
God.
I say that BBL really ruined my life, I even lost my boyfriend behind it. He was telling me the whole time, like, you're stinking real bad down there and I can't stomach it. It was the truth. It got to the point where when I would get my laundry out of the dryer, it would still smell like that raw eating flesh.
Now, if you've ever worked in healthcare, you know that the thing that smells the absolute worst.
Wait a minute. So what it's like gas coming out their butt or something?
No,
I mean,
it's
or
rotten flesh. She said, like the
Ooh.
flesh is rotten.
Right, that's funky right there.
You said,
And you said it just like Inga says.
the funk
You
box.
spelled it like Inga pronounces it.
Funky. Funky. That's why he did it.
It's real funky. You gotta put the emphasis in the funk. It's funky. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. I even want to laugh at the lady, but that's wild.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And she spent all that money that she could get a BBL.
You think
Girl,
they
just
put?
be happy with your flat behind and keep it pushing.
You
Go
think
to
they
the
put?
gym and do some squats or
You think
something.
they put?
I was
You
just
think
getting
they
ready to
put
say that.
perfume
I
in
don't
their
know why the
butt?
girls can't do squats.
You think they put perfume in their butts, knowing it stink?
She
Stinky
said she be
BBL.
having walking around with air freshener and everything.
I'm
in
gonna tell you this.
perfume.
My mother
You got a
always
big
told
can of
me.
Lysol with you when you going out to the restaurant or something like that.
She said her sit down air was stinking.
So
That
when
means
every
when
time
she
she sit in
sit
the
down,
chair,
it's
Miss
like a
K,
puff of
the
funk
edges
coming
come
up.
out.
Yes.
It's a stink.
Y'all
That means
remember?
when she sit down, it's a puff of funk coming up.
It's like a
Miss
skunk, like a skunk.
Miss K to let you know. Most women, I'm starting to notice is most women change their bodies because it ain't because of no man. It's because they want to be a reality star. They want to. That's what they want to do. It don't have. No, I know plenty of women that wants to be on Love and Hip Hop. They want to find them a real basketball guy, football guy, for they could be on these reality shows.
Oh no,
They
They
right?
are.
don't even like the. Most of the men saying they don't like the fake bodies. So
I'm
if
tired of
Yeah.
all of that stuff. I'm
if
tired when I
anything,
see it.
if anything, they like them as a trophy.
And the
But
big
what I was
lips and the big old eyelashes, and that
Yeah.
look stupid. They
Mhm.
just look dumb.
what I was gonna say is my mother used to always say perfume and funk do not mix.
They don't.
So I
No,
don't
your
like you
mama
just
was right.
Smell it right
It's
through
not.
there.
Yeah,
Perfume and must don't mix. That
the
shit
no.
air
stink.
quality been
It's like
crazy.
it's like when somebody try to put deodorant on and they ain't wash their underarms. You try to cover it
Yeah.
up. I mean, no, it don't work. You still gonna be musty.
Yeah,
Yep.
you gotta take a shower, do something. That ain't gonna work, man.
She carrying around a bottle of Febreze everywhere she go in her pocketbook. You know what I'm saying?
For her sit down air. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh
That
my
mean,
gosh.
imagine going in the bathroom behind her, like the bathroom, a
Ooh.
public bathroom stall.
If you looking
I
at
don't
if
even
you
think
Hey, grow up.
Poopery could cover that spot.
Right, right. Ooh.
they getting ready for Zeus, man. Zeus is the network with what you call that Ratchet.
Oh yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
don't look at that. I don't look at none of that.
And the dude who owns Zeus, his daddy's a pastor, man.
Mm.
His
Any
Yup,
dad, he,
African? Any African guy? Any African?
I think his dad is from Detroit, whatever. He had a network, a Christian network for about over like 20 years, probably longer than that. His dad is a pastor. That's the
Mm.
crazy part.
Okay, please
Well, I
hit the like
mean,
button, everybody. Please hit the like button. And did y'all scroll to the top and cast y'all vote? I'm gonna close out the poll. Let me see how many people voted so far. So far, we have 40 people that voted, and it's uh 50.
I'm still
But
laughing. And them reading this comment say you paid all that money. You smell like dumpster juice.
I know. Could you imagine that?
That's crazy.
Oh, these comments is fun.
Could you
But yeah, that's
imagine?
wow.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah. Well,
These
um,
pastors are out here freaking making the funk too. Let's keep it a buck.
Yeah,
yeah, not
yeah.
all of them is good. So just because somebody
No,
in church don't mean anything, you know.
That's
Megan
right.
is
That's
Yeah.
right.
lying, or Megan admits to lying already. She only admitted to lying on Gail King. She did not admit to lying on the stand. So
Mm.
she has
Hmm.
to be held accountable for everything. She lied about having, intercourse with Torey. I guess because she was embarrassed because she's short or whatever the case may be, or she just don't want to be associated with him, allegedly, whatever the case may be. But
Right.
he said she didn't acknowledge that she lied on the stand. She sat there and said that man pow her.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, she did.
She definitely did. She said it multiple times. They asked her.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm-mm.
All right, so I'm gonna close out the poll and let y'all know what the outcome is. Or should I give it a couple more minutes if you want other channels? Did you vote, MS.KAY? Did you vote
I
No, I
voted.
guys?
didn't vote. Let
Oh,
me
wait a
see.
minute. Let me, oh, wait.
Just come to the channel real quick and cast y'all votes so
Oh, wait
y'all
a
could be
minute. Let me
included and close it
do
out
it.
real quick, okay?
Yeah, how come I don't see it?
Oh, yeah, I see it. Okay.
Just
Do you
scroll up to
think
the
Megan
top.
is
Oh, I see. I got you.
connected to Tory being
I don't
purple?
know how to feel about that, but I'm just gonna, I don't know if she got that much power.
Well, if her lawyers was contacted and she was the only one that reached back out, and then 10 days later this happened, what's your take? What's your
Okay.
take? How does it look?
I voted yes though already.
I did too.
Okay.
I voted yes.
All right, so I'm gonna hold on.
She can go to jail for all I care, man. You
All
lying,
right.
you going to jail, man.
Yeah, I mean, she
Yeah,
gotta be
and
held
I think,
accountable.
and this is not just about Megan. I just think any woman who lie about somebody doing something and you really didn't do it, it makes it bad for a woman who really did go through some abuse or go through some, whatever the
Hmm.
situation is. I just don't like that line.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah. You need to pay. Huh.
All right, so
Right.
this is
Right.
the
Hey.
results for the vote, y'all. It was 45 votes, and 73% feel like it's connected.
Yeah.
All right, so with that being said, what y'all all got going on your channels? I'll start with you, Detroit.
Where you at, Detroit?
Did he leave? Oh, why is he on mute? Hello?
No, I was trying to see the poll, man. I couldn't see it.
Oh, I
Oh, she
already
closed it
closed
out
it.
now.
Oh, okay. Oh, dang,
Well,
my bad. Dang, man. I wanted to
well,
see
you
how
was
many.
gonna here, I'll show it. Here's the
Yeah. Oh,
result.
okay. All right. Dang, everybody said it, man. God dang. All right. Well, on that note, I'm gonna be live reaction tomorrow for the finale, man. I'm kind of glad Razor Cage is going off, to be honest with you.
Mm.
It be like that when you get tired.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna miss it because
Right.
but it's time and plus, man. It's the summertime, man. I'm glad it ain't coming to summertime because I'm planning on going out of town and everything like that. So, man, I'm good though. How y'all feel about the season though? Y'all like it?
Oh
Is it
yeah,
Like
I
it.
like the season so
this
far for
season
me.
was good to me.
I've
Mm-hmm.
enjoyed it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, so Purple Goddess says I agreed 100%. If she lied, she should serve the time. They gave Torey mandatory 10 years without parole, and then they was going to deport him after that. I thought he got 20.
He got
I
10.
just don't see them gonna lock her up though. I don't
He
know if
get-
they're gonna lock her up.
he got to honestly, he gonna have to fight that case. If he wins it, he don't get deported. So I don't think
Torey
he wants to
climbed.
get deported.
Torey climbed the tree.
Listen, the streets is watching. They need to make an example out of her.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely.
Yeah.
Because they make such a big stink on snitching, and he didn't snitch.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they locked Lil Kim up that time. Y'all remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
They don't like it when you racing the taxpayers' dollars. They don't play with that. They're not gonna play, man.
They better not.
All right, so what else you got? What you got? What so we're gonna be doing the first reaction tomorrow, and also got us live going on. I know MS.KAY, she goes live on Friday night at midnight. And also go ahead, say what you gotta say. I'm sorry.
Who, me?
I was getting ready to mention Sunday, that's why I went there.
Yeah, it's okay. So yeah, I will do my live at midnight on Friday. Well, that's technically Saturday, but and the first reaction recap will be for the members only on my channel. But now that the Shy is coming back, that's
Oh Lord.
next
Oh God.
next week. So I'm gonna have to see how I could fit everything in because so please keep your notifications on because I gotta do a video for the Shy or go live. But because it's the finale for Raising Canaan, I gotta go live. And then on Sunday we're gonna go live with the panel. And maybe Detroit, you can come through as well because I remember we were supposed to been linked up, but
Yeah, for sure. It's the finale. You gotta get us on there.
yeah, and
Let me
Inga too, whatever. We gotta make it a whole thing because
Anytime.
yeah.
we might
But
have
it's
to do a
at
marathon
8:05
like we
on
did
Sunday.
before. Remember,
Huh?
Kay, you remember MS.KAY, you did a marathon. We might have to do that again. That was fun.
Yeah, we do. we was on for 5 hours, y'all.
Oh my goodness.
Let me ask y'all a question though. Like this, I'm not even trying to be funny. Like with the shower, right? When y'all ladies, I can only speak for a man. We like to see eye candy. You know what I mean? When we watch shows and stuff like that. Don't y'all think it's weird that they don't have for y'all? They don't have no man on there.
Yeah, they only had
I'm done with
Dion.
the
He out of
show.
my age. He out of my age league.
Yeah, they got. I
I'm
mean, think
tired of the
about it.
show.
They
I've been
they don't
tired
have
of
no
the
man.
thing.
They have a bunch of women on there saying that black man is the reason why Chicago is down. No, it's not. You know what I mean? I don't understand why they don't have a male presence on there. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know.
Yeah, and then the ones that they do have on it is into
Yeah.
other males.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. I doubt if I be doing a shot this time around. I'm about tired of them.
I've already committed to sticking through. You know what I mean? I'm so
Mhm.
tired of it. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
I
lie.
just want to finish it out because I
Yeah,
did.
But
They
how
not.
many more seasons? They should have been in council the show. Like why is it keep getting
right.
renewed?
They keep
That is
renewing
true.
it.
Yeah, well, somebody like it.
Right? Something
We've
going
been
on.
keeping it going, even when we talk about how bad or good it was. If
Yep.
it
They
turns
not.
out to be true, she's gonna get a slap on her wrist, and that's about it.
I don't think they locking her up for some reason. I just don't see it.
My
If
son
she
just
lied under
came home
oath.
from college, y'all, and I ain't hear him come up in this room yet.
Uh-oh.
He just came home. I mean, he been home for probably like 20-something minutes now. I'm sorry. I just had to say that. Like,
Look, he usually come and show his face on camera.
exactly. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, so with that being said, thank you for coming through. Thank you, Antoine, Jayla, One Shot Gaming, Purple Goddess 84, Antoine, Kelly, Pocket Full of Dineros. She's always late. Thank
Suburbia.
you guys for coming, Suburbia Jones. You know, we always gotta
It
get
was
the
just
back
so funny,
and
Miss
forth
K,
to him.
because he said Miss K cussed me out last time.
Yeah, this is
Oh, he
before you
spoke it
came.
into existence now because I didn't.
He's like, I will do it tonight. Shouts out to the panel with these fire topics. I'm a 90s baby and I still listen to old school music. Music nowadays lacks so much substance. You ain't
Yes.
never
Right.
Thanks for coming out. Thank you for coming through. If you are not subscribed to the channel, everybody's link is in my description. Please subscribe to the channel and come through and join the discussions. Thanks for coming out. God bless and have a good night, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Put me up in that algorithm and holla at your girl.